Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer. Today is Thursday and Thursday is PYOW! Now today I am doing a last minute tutorial. Now a couple of things have come together in my world and I decided to do something. So if you guys recall last week I said that Brunhilde needed a less patriotic look. We're moving into fall. I want to put something fall colored on her, and then yesterday's video I asked you guys if you were interested in having a PYOW with the afternoon cotton from Premier, and I just so happen to have these in fall colors. So I was thinking about making something a lot smaller because I only have 3 skeins of this. Something very similar to this poncho that is on Brunhilde currently. I made that several months ago. It's been on Brunhilde pretty much all summer. I haven't even wore it because she keeps hogging it. So I want to make something similar to this, but it's going to be much shorter. So it's going to be more along the lines of the ponchito pattern, which is in my Etsy shop. It's going to be something along those lines where it's a short poncho that just is basically going to cover the upper part of your body. Of course, you can make it as long as you want, and I will give directions on how to do so. But Brunhilde has a very small body. She requires a small garment. We only have 3 skeins of the afternoon cotton. I think it's going to work out wonderfully. I feel like my light is too warm. Alright, so let's talk about afternoon cotton. Afternoon cotton from Premier Yarns. I probably should have looked up the price on this. I have shown this yarn several times before. It is currently, I believe, as of today, still on sale. Let me double check before I give you guys any information. It is not. They took it off sale. So it's not currently on sale. It was on sale yesterday when I made this decision. That's just my luck. Just my luck. Alright, let's see. Let's go afternoon cotton. Let's see how much it costs per skein. It is $4.99 per skein. The skeins are very small, but this is a lightweight number 3. There are 136 yards per skein of mercerized cotton. Mercerized cotton makes really good garments. And it's 100% Egyptian Giza mercerized cotton, so it's fancy yarn. And it has a nice little sheen to it, but it has a nice texture to it, and it works up nicely in garments. It makes for a nice, it just makes nice garments. So I have the colors Spring Green, Goldenrod, and Flame. Not very flamey. It's more of a pumpkin-y. But I thought this would be really pretty for a Halloween or a fall or an autumn little poncho for Brunhilde or myself to wear, because I will wear it. Because it's going to be a one-size-fits-all garment. She is an extra small. I am a 4X. And I'm going to make it so that it fits both of our bodies. And now by doing that, you really just need it to fit over your head, and the chain is going to be a simple division of 4. So if you can divide the number evenly by 4, then you can make the starting chain any size. If you got a small peanut head, you can make it much smaller. If you want it closer to your neck, you can make it smaller. It's going to be something that you measure to your body. I am probably going to start with at least a chain of 100 because I want it to come out on my shoulders a little bit, and it will swoop down a little bit more on Brunhilde, obviously, because her shoulders are way smaller than mine. But let's go to the table. We'll talk about the yarn as we work up this little tutorial. The tutorial is not going to be a very long tutorial. I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing. I'm going to show you how to start the garment, and then at the end of the video I will hopefully show you a finished object if I can finish this entire garment today, because the video is due tomorrow. But I have lots of hours today. I already started dinner. We have lots of time to do things, hopefully. So yeah. Let's go down to the table. Oh, and another thing, this will be the first time we're using our new table. Well, it's not a new table, but it looks new with the, I showed you guys, I put some really cool removable wallpaper, otherwise known as contact paper, on my table, and it looks really schmancy. I'm kind of excited. This is my first tutorial with it, so let's go to the table and take a look. Okay, so to get started, let me zoom you in a little bit, just because I feel like you're kind of far away. I'm starting with a 4.5mm hook. You can use whatever size hook that you want, that you feel goes good with the, I think I'm going to start with the green, with the yarn that you are using. The hook size really doesn't matter as much as the you measuring it on your neck to get it to where you want it to be. I'm going to pull out a bunch so that I'm not fighting it while I'm doing the tutorial. Now, there are two ways that you can start this top. If you want, you can do the foundationless single crochet to start this. I generally like to use that better than the chaining row, just because I tend to not twist my stitches as much when I do that. But for time constraint, because that stitch takes me such a long time, I'm just going to do a chaining row. I'm going to start mine at 100, and I'm going to see how I feel about that. We're going to go from there. And before we get started, this is an Ommi hook. I got it off of Amazon. I will post a link below. This is one of my favorite hooks of all time. Because it looks like a magic wand, it feels like a magic wand. I just feel extra smancy and special when I use it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Now, as you can see, my stitches are open. I'm not going for a real tight stitch. I like the open idea of this because where I live, it's still very hot, and I don't mind. I don't mind something light and airy in the fall time, because our summer weather lasts well into November sometime. Now you want to make sure that you hold your chain straight and you don't twist it, which I often have a hard time with. So if you have a hard time with that, just take your time. And yeah, we're going to slip stitch to join it to the first stitch in the row. And then we are going to chain 2, and we are going to put a half double crochet in every stitch around, and I'm actually going to crochet right over the top of my tail so that I don't have to weave it in later. There's nothing worse than weaving things in. Now, if you're the type that don't like to work over your tail, you don't have to, it's fine. Just half double crochet all the way around, and when you get to the first of the row, just slip stitch to join in that first chain 2 space, or that, not space, the first chain 2 that we did. Now this yarn is really nice, worked up. It has a sturdiness. I don't want to say a sturdiness of cording, because it's not rough like cording. But it feels like sturdy, like cord, but it's not at all rough, and it does not bother my skin, and it has this beautiful sheen to it. And I'm going to lower my camera because I feel like you guys are just too far away. Now we can see what we're doing, right? Gosh, I feel like the camera was like 8 miles away. But the sheen on this is very pretty, and it's not too much sheen that it is slippery on my hook, because it has a really nice twist to it, so it also is very it's not slippery because I can feel the twist. But the sheen is there, and the sheen actually reflects light in a beautiful way. And so I really like the way that it looks on my hook and on my garment. So just go ahead and half double crochet in every stitch around, and I will meet you at the end of the row when we slip stitch to join. So before we close off here, we want to make sure that our chain is not twisted. So make sure that it is all going in the right direction. I'm going to put my last couple of stitches in. We are going to be working this pattern mostly in the round, so some of the rows we're just going to not slip stitch to join, but this one we are absolutely going to slip stitch to join. You should have an equal number of stitches that is easily divisible by 4, and whatever your stitch count is, so for me it's 100, every 25 stitches I'm going to put in an increase, and I'm going to start off this first row in double crochet, and in the 25th stitch, the 50th stitch, the 75th stitch, and the final stitch up here in the beginning we are going to do an increase. So we're going to chain 3, and that counts as our first double crochet. So we're going to count up to the 25th stitch. 2. Of course, if you're doing a different number other than 100, divide it by 4 and use that number, not 25. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and since this is going to be my 25th stitch, this will be where my division of 4 comes in. I am going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. We're going to continue doing double crochets for the next 24 stitches, and then we're going to put another increase. Now remember, your number is not necessarily going to be 24 and then an increase. Whatever your number is, if it's 140 every so if you're doing 140 stitches, you would do 34 double crochets and then a stitch, an increase, and then 34 stitches and then an increase in the next one. So just whatever your number is, pull out your phone calculator, your calculator, put in the number, divide it by 4. Whatever the number is, that will be the increase stitch. So for me, it's going to be the 25th stitch will be my increase. Okay, so continue doing that. You should have 4 increases. You're going to go around to the end and I will show you how to increase in the last stitch, but I'll meet you there. Alright, so we're at the end. I'm just going to go into the last stitch and I am going to put, or the 25th stitch in between, and I'm going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the last stitch, and then we are going to slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 to join the row. Okay, and what you should have is a square if you lay it flat. You should have a perfect square. Your corners here, we are going to always do increases in the corner. So that chain 2 space, we are going to put more more increases every single row. And this is where it's going to get a little bit different. We are going to change this up. This is going to be chaining now. So instead of double crochets, we are going to chain. Now we have 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I have 28. Let's see. 28. Pull out my calculator. So whatever your number is of double crochets in between the hole, take that number, divide it by 4, so 7. All right. So what you're going to do is we are going to we're going to slip stitch backwards until we are in the very first double crochet before we get to the chain space, okay? So we should have seven loops from here. I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, because that was our first division. So we're going to take 4. We are going to skip the one that we're in. We're going to skip the next double crochet and the next double crochet. So we're going to skip the single crochet or the double crochet that we're coming out of and the next 2 stitches, and in that third stitch we are going to put a single crochet. I'm going to chain 4, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to skip the next 3 double crochets and single crochet into the 4th. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to skip the next 3, go into the 4th. Chain 4, chain 4. Skip the next 3 double crochets, single crochet into the 4th. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip the next 3 double crochets, single crochet in the 4th. Chain 4, 3, and 4. Skip the next 3 double crochets, single crochet in the 4th. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip the next 3, single crochet in the last double crochet before we get to the corner spot, and then we're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. I'm going to single crochet in the very first double crochet, so it's the hole that is right next to the chain 2 space. I'm going to do the same thing all the way around that we did, and we're just making these chain loops, okay? So what we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exactly like we predicted. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip 3, go into the 4th, and single crochet. I just continue exactly like we did that side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th, single crochet. And I will meet you. You know what? Let's do one more corner together so I make sure that you guys got it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 4. Skip 3, 2, 3, single crochet in the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 3, single crochet in the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet in that last double crochet, and then 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, single crochet in the very first stitch and continue on, and I will meet you at the end of this row. Alright, so now we are back to the corner. So this is where we did our first chain 4 space out of. This is the very first increase. So we are going to finish the row by single crocheting in that last double crochet like we have in the past. We're going to treat this corner with an increase, so we're going to give it 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. We are not going to slip stitch to join. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to start working in the round. See that? Isn't that pretty already? We're going to start working in the round. Now, I am going to give this a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am going to slip stitch in that first chain space of the row. And if you want to, you can get a stitch marker. Matter of fact, let me grab a stitch marker. See if I can find one. I already got knitting stitch markers. There we go. Nice little sombrero. It's fitting. And you can connect it to this corner so you know that that is your starting row. That is where you started. That is where your kind of end of the row is, even though we're not really worrying about that right now. And what we are going to do is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 4 space. And chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do this all the way around. Single crochet in the next chain 4 space. This is what it should look like. We're creating like a net. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet. This is going to be a very delicate, very 2, 3, 4, 5 open, light, airy garment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will go very beautifully over the top of like a plainly colored dress. This will go beautiful over a tank top or anything like that. All right, now we're at our corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain. Did I chain over here? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to put 2 double crochets. 1, 2, 1, 2, so 2 chains, 2 double crochets. I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to continue around doing chain 5. Single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 5, single crochet in the next chain space. This is what our corner should look like, and it's going to grow out, and it's going to have peaks there. Chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, next chain space. We're going to keep doing this around and around. 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to change colors when I run out of yarn. So I'm going to use this entire skein of the green, and then I think I'm going to move on to the yellow, and I think I'm going to finish in the orange. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am just going to add in the next color when I run out of this color. So we got to the corner, so once again we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put 2 double crochet. Oops. Got a little carried away there. 2 double crochet. Chain 2, 2 double crochet, chain 5, single crochet in the first chain space. Now we have 2 corners put in. It's so pretty already. It's so pretty already. This has such a classic Victorian look to it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show you how to finish this row. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am going to let you work on your own. And I will come back when I switch colors to yellow so you can see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to just work this pattern in the round until you reach the length that you are comfortable with, or until you run out of yarn. I'm going to go till I run out of yarn. And like I said, this is going to be a very short little poncho. I'm in the corner, so I'm doing the increase of 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Don't forget to chain 5, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've almost made it all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how we're at the where we put our stitch marker, so this is the end of the row. 2, 3, 4, 5. Put in my last single crochet here, chain 5, put my increase, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, chain 5, and just continue going around. See how we have this? Just going to keep on going around. We're not slip stitching to join. We're just going to keep going round and round and round and round and round and round. This is what it looks like now. Don't worry, these will stretch out. These will absolutely stretch out when you put more yarn on. The stitches will open up. It is going to get more and more beautiful. Keep going in the round. I will meet you back here when I run out of the green. I will show you how I'm going to connect the yellow in, and we will go from there. Continue this until you're just about out of yarn, and then we're going to put a finishing bottom on this. So I will let you know exactly how many rows I got out of these 3 skeins. Now the sections are going to get smaller as we go on, so we'll have a longer section of green because it's smaller this way, but as the pattern gets bigger and bigger, the rows are going to get longer, and so we will have a bigger section of green, a smaller section of yellow, and then a smaller even still section of orange at the bottom. And the orange, we are going to finish the garment off with a thicker row on the bottom. So I will meet you back here when it's time to change color. Alright, we are back. This is what I got so far. This is my corner. Stretch my stitches out. I think it's looking very beautiful at this point. So right now I am at the point where I'm almost out of yarn, and I'm going to switch colors. So I'm going to put a couple more stitches in, and then I'm going to attach the yellow. Are you guys enjoying the project so far? I'm actually finding this to be very relaxing. I've just been sitting on the couch working on this with Juju, watching TV. Watching Disney podcasters, as a matter of fact. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Got about a couple inches here. And I said I was going to do the yellow next. I'm debating because the green and the orange look good together. I'm definitely thinking we're going to go like a fade type thing where we go green to yellow, because green on the color wheel, green then yellow then orange. But oh dang, I pulled out too much. I'm gonna have yarn barf. I way pulled out too much. I'm finding this pattern because I'm designing it as we go. I had no idea what I was doing until I sat down. I'm really enjoying the simplicity of the stitches. For some reason, chaining is very relaxing to me. I'm just trying to untangle this end. I find chaining to be very relaxing. It's something I don't have to look at. It's something I don't have to really, well, I do have to count. So conversation is going a little stale with me and Juju because she talks and then she has to wait to the count of 5 for me to reply. But you see how far we've gotten. We've gotten several inches with the green. So this is going to be, and obviously if you wet this and you hang it up, these stitches will stretch out some. Because this is mercerized cotton, it's not going to shrink too much if you put it in the washer and dryer. Because this is a machine wash. It says machine wash warm, lay flat to dry, so I would probably hang it just to stretch the stitches out. Still untangling, guys. This color looks totally different in the living room than it looks underneath the light in here. Oh, come on. Difficulties. I should have pulled the yarn and then turned the camera on. The color is much prettier in here under the light. This is going to look gorgeous if you throw it over a tank top or something to go to like the pumpkin. See here, I'm talking because I'm in the South. When we go pick pumpkins, it's usually really warm out still. But up in Michigan, of course, this would not work for pumpkin picking. This would work for apple picking. So that's another thing. I have only been apple picking here in Virginia, I think twice, because it's so miserably hot. I can't enjoy some cider and some, well, I can't eat donuts anymore, but I can't enjoy those things when it's too hot outside. Definitely don't enjoy hot apple picking. And in Michigan, to go apple picking in September, it's always really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take really long tails. Okay, I'm just going to pinch these together. I'm going to take about 2 inches and tie it up here. And the reason I'm doing this is so, because we're doing chaining, it's a lot harder to hide the stitches in the chains. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the yellow and put it with the green, like that. And put the green with the yellow, or the yellow with the green and the green with the yellow, vice versa. And I am going to do my chaining over here. And it will make the color change look a little different. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, now the knot is hidden in the chains. We can come over here. We can slip stitch, or not slip stitch, single crochet using both the yarns. And what it does is it helps the transition of one color to the next not be so harsh. Let's see, because you got green going into the yellow. And then we can weave this, the tails, back in through this section right here. Got a little tiny bit of a green tail right there. And then just continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can make those tails as long as you want. So if you want the transition color to be longer than that, it's obviously going to be thicker because it's held double, but you can even do these tails even longer and do several sets so that the green fades into the yellow a little bit better. It's really up to you. The reason I do it is so that I can weave that in a little bit easier, because now we have a thicker stitch to work through here, and it will hide. You won't see like the yellow going through the green or the green going through the yellow because it's yellow and green in that spot. So now I'm on to the next color. And of course you can make this all one color if you want. I mean, it would be absolutely beautiful, but I had these 3 colors and I wanted to use them all. I just thought it would be really pretty. So I wanted to let you know while we're doing this tutorial, I am going to be taking a break. I might do another video explaining it. Me and Mr. Cinnamon have been talking, and he has demanded that I take a little break. I haven't taken any time off since I've started this channel. Even when I'm on vacation, I usually pre-record videos and pre-plan videos. And I also will sometimes record videos while I'm on vacation, and I think it's just time for me to take some time off. So I think I'm going to take next week off, and I think that's a good idea. So if you're seeing this video, I might finish off the week, and then I'm going to take next week off. There's just been so much going on lately, and I know that you guys are seeing it and you guys are feeling the stress that I'm under, and I want to be my best for you guys. I want to be the best for myself and for my kids and my husband, and that involves me taking some time off. So I'm going to sit, I'm going to crochet, I'm going to knit, I'm going to find joy in my my art. But yeah, I'm going to take some time off. Alright, well, since I showed you how to switch colors, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go about your business. Just keep doing what we're doing. Keep going in the round. This is turning out so pretty. It is not at all what I planned when I first started this. I didn't really plan anything. It's not what I expected, but it's looking absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, I will be back. After we work in the orange, I will get to the bottom and I will show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I've gotten to the part where we've worked in the 3rd color, which is this beautiful orange, and you'll see what I mean by earlier in the tutorial I said that you'll get less from each color because the rows are getting longer and longer. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of mesh and 2 rows of solid with the green. We only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of mesh with the yellow, no rows of solid. And for me, I got 3 rows of orange, and now I'm ready to start on the solid part on the bottom because I'm at the point where I'm about halfway through my first skein, and I'm guesstimating. I might have a little bit left over, I might not. So remember we put the stitch marker in the very first of this is the beginning chain of the row. So this is the beginning and the end of our rows. So we know that this is the corner we need to end on. So because I'm starting the final row, we are going to do something different in this last corner. So I'm going to continue my chain 5s until I get to the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And tangled up. Now we are in the final corner. So what we are going to do is we're not going to increase on this corner. Instead, we are going to slip stitch to join this final corner, Now we're going to start up this way, but we're going to start a different stitch. Now, this is what we have so far. I apologize for little man. It is first thing in the morning. I'm trying to film this so that I can get it up today, and he is in there eating breakfast, getting ready for school with his headphones on. So he's being extra loud singing. He, however, is in a good mood, and he's allowing me to do this. Okay, so we're going to chain 1, and we are going to single crochet in this corner stitch. And then in the very first chain 5 space, we are going to put 10 double crochets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oopsie, and 10. Then we are going to single crochet in the next chain 5 space. So it should look like this. Okay, and then we are going to put 10 double crochet in the next chain 5 space. So every other chain 5 space will have 10 double crochet, and then the next chain space will have a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, man, I'm slipping out of my stitches. 9. It's early in the morning, what can I say? I didn't have a problem slipping out of the stitches the entire time I was making the garment, and right now that we're in the home stretch, I'm slipping out. Alright, so now we got our 2, this is going to be our bottom row. So we got 10 double crochet, single crochet in the middle, 10 double crochet, we single crochet in the next chain 5 space, 10 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Single crochet in the next chain 5 space. That's what it's going to look like. We're going to do this all the way around. Depending how many rows you did before we got to this point, your chain stitch is going to differ. So we're just going to continue this all the way around the pattern, even in the corners, and whatever happens at the corners happens at the corners. If the we'll get to that first. If you get to that corner stitch and it's a spot where you put a shell in, put a shell in. If it's a spot where you put a single crochet in, put a single crochet in. Just count that corner stitch as if it's a chain 5 space, because essentially it is. And it's going to round out the corners just a little bit, but it will work. It will all work out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Single crochet in the next chain 5 space, and another 10 double crochet. The reason we are in the next chain 5 space, the reason we did this at the halfway point of that skein is because we wanted to make sure that we had enough, because we're not doing chains anymore. We're now doing double crochets. We wanted to make sure that we had enough yarn to go all the way around doing the 10 double crochets. 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't even tell him to lower his voice because he's got his headphones on. He ain't gonna hear me. As long as he's eating his breakfast, I don't care. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. There. Single crochet in the next chain 5 space. Quick peek, see what it looks like. I will meet you at the corner to show you what happens on mine. But like I said, if your stitch count is different than mine because you made this longer or shorter, it doesn't matter. It will work out just fine. But I will meet you at the corner and show you how I'm going to do this, because I'm just going to treat this chain 5, this increase, and this chain 5 as all chain 5s. So we might have a shell here and a shell here. That will be fine. We might have a shell here and a single crochet here. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to go around. It's going to be fine. But I will meet you there to show you what happens on mine. And then I will meet you here, and then we'll show that, and then I'll meet you at the end of the project when we're done. And then, yay, we're almost in the home stretch, guys. We're doing good. We are at, well, we're approaching the corner. I have a 10 double crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we have our single crochet, and now we're at the corner stitches. If I can get the single crochet in there. Okay, so we're at the corner. We have the chain 5, the increase, the chain 5. So I'm going to put a shell here, a single crochet in the middle of the corner, and a shell here. So that's 10 double crochet, a single crochet, 10 double crochet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Lucas. Then you single crochet into the corner, and then in that very first chain 5 space of the next row, or the next side of the shawl poncho, you're gonna put 10 more double crochet. That was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Single crochet in the next. So this is what our corner will look like. Okay. So it's just going to give it like a little squared off edge, more of a rounded off edge instead of more of a point like that. That's what all of your corners should look like, unless, because this varies whether you're on an even row or an odd row. So if you're on the next row up, you might actually have a single crochet here and a shell here and a single crochet here. All of your corners should, in theory, look the same, because you should have the same amount of chains on each side if you did this right. if you didn't do it right and you have a different number of loops on either side. It does not matter. Nobody's going to be examining your corners and go, oh, this one's different than that one. It will all work out in the end. We're just making something cute for us to wear. Doesn't have to be like, you know, super perfect. I think that is so pretty. And this is going to be something that we'll get into that. We'll get into that, but it's going to be something you can wear in different ways. And I really like these type of garments because it's squared off. You can either fold it. You can either fold it in half where the points meet and have it like a shark bite type effect. So where the peaks go down like this on your sides, which is very cute. And obviously this is going to stretch out a lot more after we get it done. And we're gonna damp it up and hang it so that the stitches stretch out. Just gonna put it in a little bit of water and hang it up, and it will open up these stitches because the weight of the water will pull the yarn like that, and it will open up the stitches so that we don't necessarily have to block it. You don't want to get it soaking wet. Just get a little bit damp and then hang it up, and it will stretch out the stitches. Or if you don't want to wear it like that, which is my favorite way to wear it, you can also wear it triangular so that the 2 points are in the front and the back of the garment, but you also have these pretty things that cover your arms, like little wings. So I will show you. I probably already did show you, but I haven't filmed it yet because it's not done. When this is done, I will pre-film, or I will not pre-film. I will film the beginning of the video where you guys see what the garment actually looks like finished. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. It frogged itself. Alright guys, I will finish up the remaining 3 sides and I will come back and show you. You guys should probably figure out how to end it because where we started was right outside the corner. So when you come back around here, just put a shell here and then slip stitch into the first single crochet at the beginning of the row and you're done. That's all you gotta do. Alright guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we're at that final corner. I got my 10 double crochets. I have 2 chain 5 spaces left. So we're going to single crochet into the next one. Put our final 10 double crochet here. 2. Oops. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not 10, 10. And then we are going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet we made. We are going to cut off and tie off. That is our final corner. It is so pretty. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, for making this along with me. As always, if you make this garment, I want to see it. Please post pictures on social media, put it in the Facebook group, put it on Instagram, and tag me at @Cinnamon Stitches, and I will get it. Or you could hashtag it Cinnamon Stitches. I also will see it. Email it to me if you don't want to do those other things, and I want to see yours. It doesn't have to necessarily be fall colors. You pick any 3 colors you want. You can pick any 6 colors and make this even longer. I think if I had more skeins of these, I would make this even longer. But the longer you make this, you might need a full skein to create the scalloped edge at the bottom. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to make this longer, you're going to need more and more yarn for each row. But I think these colors are absolutely stunning. I really like the way the pattern turned out. And I think this is going to be a really pretty little shawlette or ponchito type thing. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one.